Hello everybody, and welcome back to the OBR YouTube channel. In this week's weekly watch list, we are going to go into some of our favorite stocks, crypto, and forex pairs that we're looking at in this upcoming week. We're also going to look at the fundamental drivers that we need to be aware of, the fundamental news going on, as well as the earnings in the S&P 500 for the week of February 21st. So, without any further delay, let us get right into this week's weekly watch list. So for this week's fundamental drivers, what we're looking at is, of course, on Monday, we have a U.S. bank holiday when it is President's Day in the United States. And then nothing until Thursday when we have 8:30 a.m. U.S. dollar news when we have the prelim GDP numbers coming out. And Friday, we also have news at 8:30 again for core PCE price index numbers. And as you can see on screen right now, is the earnings in the S&P 500 for this upcoming week. So for this week, we're going to start off our technical analysis on Bitcoin. So after Bitcoin, we're going to go into the indices because the indices are what we're looking at the most importantly right now and what is going to really drive the market. But I wanted to highlight Bitcoin because of how amazing it has been looking recently. And Bitcoin has been following a textbook Elliott wave zigzag corrective pattern, as I wrote here on the chart. And should we maintain this support level that we are holding right now around $38,600, then we can expect, once we get a reversal from this level and a continuation to the upside, that our impulse wave has started and we are ready to move to the higher levels should our macro environment stay stable. Of course, it is going to depend if the conflict ensues in Europe, but we will have to see because nothing has yet happened at the time that we are recording this video. So should the fundamental landscape stay stable, then we will see Bitcoin move higher. But of course, it will follow the indices and will move lower sharply should a conflict break out. So right now, should we see this bullish bias play out, my first take profit for Bitcoin is at 77,000 and my second take profit is at 109,000. This is, again, only the case should we see price maintain at this level and move higher and the macro environment stay stable. Looking at SPY, it looks like we are in a similar pattern that we were just looking at on Bitcoin, but rather than looking like we completed the pattern, it does look like we are still in the midst of our zigzag corrective move. So what that means is we can expect another move to the downside from SPY, and the technicals and fundamentals line up for this. So be on the lookout for swinging SPY puts if you're trading options or going short on SPY or any other index, CFD, whatever you would be trading. But I am definitely looking to short SPY. I'm first looking at this level for support around 431 and then again at 421. And then beneath that, I have no more support until we get to the 405 level. Once we get to that level, I will reanalyze the position and see where we are going. But as you can see, we have prior support there and a support line, which has continued for quite a bit of time. So we are definitely looking for prices to move lower on SPY. And it really looks really good and looks like this is a pretty confident move now, especially after this last week. Looking at Tesla, we did move lower from this resistance. This resistance proved to be very strong. So we are going to look potentially after we got this gap fill to then move higher. Again, this is also required that the market stays stable because if SPY moves lower, Tesla will follow. And if Tesla does come lower, we can probably see a retest of this support at 770 as a new low for Tesla before we then look for highs. So a little bit more mixed on Tesla, but I think that that's okay right now considering everything is mixed. Right now, we are in one of the most uncertain times we have faced since COVID-19 breaking out. So be safe. Make sure you have cash on the sidelines, dry powder to inject in case we do see a sharp sell-off. And also, make sure you are following very stringent risk management principles for your day trading if you are day trading in this market. So Tesla looks like we can either move higher, should we hold this support level, or if the market moves lower, look for 770. Nvidia broke two major support levels in this last week and does look like it's going to continue to move lower, so my bias for Nvidia will remain bearish for the foreseeable future. I am now looking at Oil, which we are looking and charting at WTI on TradingView, which is West Texas Intermediate Crude Oil Cash. And the reason we are looking at this exactly for the reasons that we're looking at in terms of our fundamental landscape and our macro environment landscape. You know, there's definitely some uncertainty in terms of the conflict, and should conflict break out, we will very easily see oil over $100 a barrel. So keep an eye out on oil. This could be a really great play to swing potentially. Again, it is risky because it is dependent on the macro environment. But that being said, like I was saying prior, we are in an uncertain time. This is potentially a large opportunity should conflict break out. Of course, we are not hoping for that. It is just a consequence of what would happen. And if there are going to be consequences, we may as well try to make the best of the situation and try to see where we can make a profitable trading decision, irregardless of other things going on. So Boeing looks like it is also going to follow the main market environment here and the direction of SPY, at least for the short to the midterm, because we bounced off of a very significant resistance trend that we had in this downward trending channel. As you can see here, we had many tests of this resistance level. We then bounced off of resistance, support turned into resistance here, and are now moving back to support. So Boeing will bounce in between these levels for the foreseeable future, but if we take out this level at 204.6, I will expect further downside of Boeing, potentially back down to the 185 level. And to cap off our market forecast for our technical drivers, we are looking at a very clear textbook Elliott wave pattern on USD CAD, USD Canadian dollar. So this is a bet that the USD will do well, which is what the US dollar has been doing. And as you can see here, we had a clear 5-wave move to the upside on USD CAD, a clear zigzag corrective pattern like we saw on Bitcoin and in SPY now. And we now formed a high base pattern, also known as a rectangle, also known as consolidation, in our level wave 2 for this next impulse wave to the upside. So I'm looking for a breakout of this resistance at $1.28, and should we get that, I will expect USD CAD to rally with the rest of the pairs that we are currently looking at. So everybody, I hope you have a fantastic President's Day. Again, our condolences go out to anybody that has family or friends in the Ukraine or Russia region right now. We obviously hope that conflict does not ensue, but we must face reality and what is going on. So our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that is faced from this crisis. But I hope everybody has a great trading week in this upcoming week. I hope everybody had a great extended weekend. I hope you guys pulled something valuable out of this video that you can take into this trading week and hopefully help you capitalize just a little bit more. So as always, on behalf from everybody in the team at OBR Investing, happy trading, and we'll see you in next week's weekly watch list.